Good morning, everyone. Hope you are all doing great. This is Umar with you. Time now is 7:10, and today is 10th of July, which is a Monday, right? So markets were bearish last week, but this week we are going into a major event. There are lots of major event, and even as I talk to you, there is a major event happening. China's inflation data came out, and it came out at a lower level, which is a positive news, and that's why we are seeing global markets in the green. So if you see the global markets, Asia Pacific is all in the green, kind of green. China is in the green. Not only China, Japan is in the green, Korea is in the green, Singapore is also in the green, and gift nifty is showing a flat to gap up opening, right? So US futures are also kind of up. I wouldn't say much, but Dow Jones is up by 30 points. S&P 500, Nasdaq are all both flat, right? So we are getting a mixed global cues. Now what we told last week is that markets may gap up. Now it may gap up, or it may open flat, is what is my expectation. So whatever happened last week in terms of price action was just a bluff. They are just trying to trap you, and one day off, FII is not buying so much. You can see what is happening. Days have sold humongous. Last week, last Friday, they have sold for around 2600 crores, but at the same time FIIs have bought just for maybe 700 or 800 crores, right? So we'll see about that. We'll see what is happening in terms of markets. We'll also see how what is going to be the level. And not only the US market, we have very important data in terms of US market today, Thursday, that is 12th of July. We have inflation rate month on month, inflation rate year on year, core inflation rate year on year, and core inflation rate month on month. Now you might know these are all the proxies for Federal Reserve to increase the interest rate. Now Federal Reserve, in terms of Federal Reserve, they have given us a clear indication that they might increase the interest rate going forward. Whether it was last interest rate hike and last Federal Reserve meeting minutes, Jerome Powell came out and told they are going to increase the interest rate. Just because they have paused the interest rate last time, it doesn't mean they are going to pause the interest rate next time also. You have to remember they have a target of around 2%, and inflation in US is around 4%. So we are going to get some negative news from US market. Until then, our markets or global markets are likely to be volatile, and it is going to move on the sideways, right? So this is the Nifty chart, and if you see the Nifty chart, it is there is a very strong support at 19,250 levels, and that is evident in open interest also. People have returned huge. In fact, nobody has returned 19,250 levels, or no, sorry, 19,300 put option. In fact, highest put option is 19,300, and there is huge number of calls being written at 19,400 all the way till 19,700 or even 20,000. Now in case we are opening flat, and if in case market is inching up on the higher side, this 19,400 people will have to run for cover. Now you have to understand why we are showing this open interest is that most of the time this open interest is likely to be taken out. The more you see the open interest in any strike, that strike will be taken out. Now I'm not bluffing. You just go and see historically, or you just see what is happening, right? Now let us say inflation rate is coming out, core inflation rate is coming out. If it is coming in a positive, as a positive news, this people 19,400, 19,500 people will have to run for cover, right? So I'm just cautioning. I'm not saying it doesn't work every time, but most of the time it works. That the strike which is having highest open interest will be likely taken out. So that is in terms of Nifty. Now what we believe is 19,250 is a very strong support, and if we are getting support from global markets, we may move on the higher side, right? And in terms of Bank Nifty was beaten so bad, and in fact it is sitting on the gap which is around 45,925. Now we told 45,000 is a very strong support, but it was very unfortunate. Bank Nifty closed below 45,000. In fact, it closed at around 44,925. Right now, this July 3rd, there was a gap. Bank Nifty gapped up from 44,650 to around 44,900 levels or 45,000 levels. So it was a gap up of 350 points. Now, the main question here is whether this gap up is going to sustain or not. We'll come to know today, and you can see that is evident in open interest also. People are writing huge number of calls both in Nifty and Bank Nifty. We'll see how things span out. It is not loading. There is some issue in Sensible, I believe. So what we saw last time was huge numbers of calls being written. Yeah, even today, huge number of calls. This is not Bank Nifty. This is Reliance. Okay, I think I have to log in again. Okay, we'll see some other time. But what we can see is huge number of calls are being written at even Bank Nifty. People are writing 45,500, 44,000, 45,200, all the way from 45,200 till 45,500 and even 46,000. We are having huge number of calls being written. So same thing applies to Bank Nifty also. In case if the market moves on the higher side, these people will have to run for cover and we'll get some upward movement, right? So I'm not trying to say this is a trap, but just be careful. Markets will be volatile because we are heading towards a very important news in terms of US and China also. I told just now we got a good zero inflation rate from around 2%. They have brought it down to 0%. So inflation rate in China is under control. So that alone will trigger the market. Let's see how Chinese markets are performing as of now. China is kind of in the green. Singapore, Kospi and Nikkei is kind of flat. So we are getting mixed global cues, right? So it's like cat in the wall. We really don't know which side this cat is going to jump, whether on the lower side or whether on the higher side is what we'll have to see, and it is $1 million question, right? So be cautious, and I hope trade carefully. We might see choppiness in the market. We might see volatility in the market. Trade cautiously. I hope I have summarized everything. I'll see you in at another video. Till then, take care. Bye. And last but not least, we have a webinar on 16th of July, which is Sunday. We are having a webinar about option expiry day option trading webinar. So if you want to join the webinar, I will leave the link in the description below. You can join. We will talk about strategies, we will talk about adjustment, we will talk about risk management and so on and so forth. What strategies you can take on expiry day trades, right? I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see